You've probably been told your whole life that you have to get rich first before you can act rich. But what if that's completely backward? What if the real secret is just flip the entire equation on its head? Look at this. This isn't just some motivational line. It's a law. It's how reality is structured. You act rich first, and then wealth, well, it has no other choice but to follow you. Okay, so to really get this, we have to start with your internal blueprint, the very foundation of everything you experience. We're talking about your identity. You know, there's a reason most lottery winners end up broke. It's because of a simple truth. Money doesn't actually change you. It just amplifies who you already are. So if you're operating from what we call a lack identity, always afraid of losing, always hesitating, then even a huge windfall is going to disappear. Why? Because your internal blueprint, your identity, will literally reject it. A true wealth identity has absolutely nothing to do with the number in your bank account. It's a way of thinking, of moving, of deciding that is already aligned with abundance. Think about it. For someone with a lack identity, a business problem is a total disaster. But for someone with a wealth identity, it's just data. It's a chance to learn, to adjust, to grow. And until you make that fundamental shift, your results will always snap right back to your baseline. So this internal blueprint, this identity, it shows up as your mindset. And that creates one of two paths for your life, either contraction or expansion. Just look at the question on the left. How much will this cost me? It's all about scarcity, right? It's about limits. It actually shrinks your world. But the question on the right, how can I earn more to afford this? That's about abundance. It focuses on creating, on your capability. It expands your world. That right there is the entire game.
Now, we have to be very clear about something. Acting rich is not an excuse to be reckless. That's a very common, very dangerous misunderstanding. It's exactly how someone with a lack identity would interpret this idea.
True wealth behavior is different. It means you invest in yourself, that book, that course, that coach, without a second thought, because you know that you are the primary asset. It means you choose quality over cheap shortcuts, because you respect your time and you respect the outcome. And it means you finally see money for what it really is, a tool, just a simple tool, to be used with skill, not something to be afraid of. So when you start to adopt these behaviors, they're not just random actions. They're the outer expression of your inner identity. And this leads you directly to what we call the behavior of certainty. Just watch how a person with a real wealth identity operates. The market takes a downturn, a deal falls apart. They don't panic. They analyze. They don't rush into decisions driven by fear. Their choices are deliberate, they're calm, they're powerful. Chasing things comes from a place of desperation. Attracting things comes from a place of value. They don't run after opportunities. Instead, they build a reality, a skill set, a network so valuable that opportunities are simply drawn to them. You see, their vision isn't trapped by next month's rent. They're operating on timelines of years, even decades. They'll easily make a sacrifice in the short term if it helps build a long-term empire, because they're building something. They're not just reacting to life. And let's be clear, this is not about faking it till you make it. That's a misunderstanding. All of these behaviors are just the logical result of their identity. Of course they walk into a room like they belong there. Their internal identity has already confirmed it. They speak with certainty. They invest in their body, their mind, their environment, not because they're trying to prove something, but because their identity simply says, this is who I am. So many people are waiting for success to finally feel confident. It's completely backward. Confidence is the muscle you have to build before you even try to lift the weight. It is not the prize you get at the end. Confidence is the raw material that creates success in the first place. So the big question is, how do you start building this identity right now, today? Well, it's not about pretending to be somebody you're not. It's simply about aligning your actions with the person you are deciding to become. This is where you start. When you have a choice to make, just ask, what would the wealthy future version of me do right now? Stop hesitating on buying that book or signing up for that course. Start carrying yourself with physical certainty in how you speak, how you walk, how you think. Upgrade your standards, even in tiny ways. Buy the better coffee, the higher quality shirt. These small acts reinforce the new identity. And finally, you have to shift your entire focus away from just getting money to creating undeniable value. This isn't a theory. It's a mechanism. The moment your internal identity truly shifts,
your actions change automatically. And when your actions change, your results, they become inevitable. I want you to remember this. Wealth is not a destination. It's not somewhere you arrive. It is an identity that you inhabit. You don't chase it, you become it. Start acting like the person who is already there, and then just watch as reality rearranges itself to match. The principle is proven. The information is right here in front of you. The only question left, the only variable in the whole equation is you. Will you actually live this?